Listen online at WCTCAM.com. Jersey moves fast. Join the show that keeps you one step ahead. Jersey Central with Bert Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It is 7:08. Welcome to hour number 2 of Jersey Central, and good morning. It's a new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. How are you? It's Bert. We'll do our contest a little bit later on. In this 7 o'clock hour, I've got one pair of tickets left to give away. Hey, tomorrow night, Kool and the Gang are going to be at State Theater, New Jersey. It's a 6 o'clock show. You'll have a chance to win my final pair of tickets coming up sometime here in this 7 o'clock hour. Let's get right to the Miller Lite Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline. My special guest is with me. He is a resident of Mountainside. He's an advocate for something that I'm just going to call it by its letters, FOP, and he'll give you all the information behind it. And also a spokesman and advocate for the FOP Awareness Initiative. He's done some great things statewide, and we're going to find out more what this is all about. My guest who was with me here is Gary Whyte, and he's here to talk about what he's doing here in Jersey. Gary, good morning. It's Bert Barron. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Barry.
Good to speak with you. Just so people listening will understand, FOP, I didn't dare take a guess at pronouncing this by the words that it stands for. Talk about what FOP stands for and what sort of condition it is.
Well, most people don't pronounce it anyway, so you were pretty safe doing that.
Okay.
It's called fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva. And the P, which is progressiva, means it's very progressive. And so when a child is born with FOP, the first telltale sign, which most people don't know, is a malformation of the big toe. But if a child born with FOP takes a fall and hurts a muscle, a tendon, or a ligament, that connective tissue will start to turn to bone and form marrow and just grow throughout the body until it fuses with other bone in the body. And what it does is it deforms the skeletal frame. It can strangle organs. It has a multitude of problems.
So in addition to just being horribly disfiguring, is the way you're describing it, it sounds like it's also excruciatingly painful, Gary. Is that the case also?
Yeah, that's very much the case.
Wow. You know someone personally or perhaps yourself who has been affected by this, Gary, why you're so such a voice for it?
No, I had a neighbor in Mountainside whose daughter was diagnosed, and her and I were on the board for Children's Specialized Hospital, and
okay.
She turned to me one day and said that her daughter had just been diagnosed. The daughter was 9 years old, and she had what she called a friend raiser up in someone's home in Summit, and Dr. Kaplan from the University of Pennsylvania, who founded the FOP Research Lab and Clinic, was there, and I was so moved by this man's speech that I turned to my friend and I said, this will be my mission.
Wow. Is this something that you see we're making some headway with, Gary? Are we still maybe a long way from kind of maybe finally getting this under control?
Well, I just heard Dr. Kaplan last week speak, and there are actually 37 drug trials going on for FOP right now.
That's encouraging.
The biggest one is from a pharmaceutical company called Clementia, which have a drug, and it just entered phase 3 clinical trials. And about a month ago, the Mayo Clinic just opened up a drug trial, and there's a young girl from Peachtree City, Georgia, who enrolled in it. So it's very exciting for the families and the people afflicted with this disease.
Yeah. Does this have a particular target that it enjoys, whether it's white, black, male, female? Does it have a favorite target, Gary?
No, I don't think so, because I've seen a number of people in all different races, and so it doesn't. It's not.
Okay. From the legislative perspective, I understand you've been having some rather lengthy dialogue, and it looks like some pretty progressive things are happening with getting some help from our senators and our assembly people in Trenton. Talk about some things legislatively that you've been able to do.
Well, you know, the lab down at University of Pennsylvania discovered the gene in the body that causes FOP, and they did that on April 23rd, 2006 is when they made the announcement. And so in 2016, I petitioned all 80 assembly members and all 40 senators to see if they could do something about recognizing April 23rd in the state of New Jersey. And Assemblyman Jack Citarelli introduced a bill called AJR 147, and Senator Shirley Turner introduced a bill, SJR 98. And then it took all of 2016 and most of 17 to work its way through the legislative system with, people signing on as sponsors and co-sponsors. And then it went before the health committees for a vote. And I went down and I actually personally spoke and gave testimony for the Senate and the Assembly, and they passed. And then it went to the floors and they voted. And on his last day of office, Governor Christie signed, I think he signed 109 bills that day, but the FOP bill was in there. And right now it designates permanently April 23rd as FOP Awareness Day in the state of New Jersey.
Wow, is that right? On his final day in office, I'm sure the office, the desk was empty, the boxes were ready to go, and he's just signing some final pieces of legislation. And this one that meant so much to you was one of the final things that he accomplished. That had to be a great feeling for you.
It really was a great feeling. I wanted to be there, and I was pushing all the buttons to go, but they said it wasn't a ceremonial signing. It was just like 109 bills, and out the door he went.
Yeah, and then down to the War Memorial for the swearing in of the next governor, right? It was probably one of those days where things were happening quickly. But this is tremendous work by you, Gary, and I applaud you for what you've been able to accomplish. Someone listening today, or maybe they have been affected by this. How can they get on board? How can they get some more information and help you out with this?
There is a website for the International FOP Association, which is based in the United States, and contacting them, they could reach out to me. My email is just Google my name, and it comes up with all the FOP stuff I've been doing for the past 17 years. Okay,
and it's Gary Whyte, but it's a Y instead of an I in your last name, right?
That's correct.
Okay, good. Well, Gary Whyte, it was great speaking with you today here on WCTC. Congratulations with everything you've been able to accomplish, and wow, you really made some major inroads with this, and keep up the fight, my friend, and it's great speaking with you today, all right?
Hey, thank you, Bert.
All right, thanks very much.